What's up with public restrooms?
Huh? They go in there to relieve themselves.
No, smartass. I mean, why is the public restroom the place where we find out who not to trust?
Oh, honey. I'm willing to bet that ladies are worse than men.
I'm almost willing to actually accept, but how would we know who won?
LOL. Yeah, I am nowhere near willing to collect evidence to support my case.
I don't understand the puddles.
Puddles? You mean even under the
Urinals. Yes.
Oh, there's just no excuse for that. I mean, you're standing right there.
I know. How can anyone possibly have aim that bad?
You don't touch anything, do you?
Nothing at all. I'm proud of it. Not even the door handle on the way out.
So you don't wash your hands?
Of course I do. More than anywhere.
But you just said you don't touch anything.
Not with my bare freaking hands.
I was hoping you'd say that, considering our hands have recently touched.
Ha ha ha. I'm giving you my dry laugh.
You're right though. Excluding the actual taking care of business, as it were, my hands are wrapped in paper effing towels when touching the flusher, the sink handles, the paper towel dispenser and the door handles. Actually, I kicked down the flusher.
You go girl. I should start doing that. Except I would roundhouse kick. Like Chuck Norris. You know, 'cause I'm a guy. But what do you mean? The paper towel dispenser?
Well, what else could I possibly mean besides the paper towel dispenser?
I mean, in order to have paper towels wrapping your hands, you would first have to use the paper towel dispenser. So, what do you use to touch that?
You got me on that one. I use my wrist or elbow.
Oh, I do the same. Somehow it seems less important than the rest, since it also seems a fair assumption that people who do not wash their hands have no use for paper towels.
Unless it's to wad them up and toss on the floor. That's where the ladies have bad aim. Or no aim.
That ain't just the ladies, my lady.
Then, there's the trash can. Never where it needs to be, which is right beside the door.
I know. You and I, as well as, conceivably, at least a few dozen other people on the planet, use paper towels to open the door. Standing in the doorway, we turn to throw away and
the trash can is too far away.
Aha! So it's you who's littering the floor with paper towels.
Ha 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 ha. My turn to dry laugh. No. Silly. Since there's no trash can nearby, I have to take it with me and throw away at my desk.
I don't blame you about that trash can. There have been times I've dragged that sucker over to the door myself.
Let me guess. Every single time you go in there, it magically returns to its place of origin.
You are correct. Tell her what she's won, Johnny.
So, I suppose it goes without saying.
Probably.
You really do already know what I'm going to mention next, don't you?
People not washing their hands.
Hey, you're psychic. I didn't know I was having dinner with Miss Cleo.
Miss Cleo is not a psychic. She's a scam artist with an even worse Jamaican accent than Lawrence Fishburne in the movie Higher Learning. But I digress.
You know what's almost worse than people not washing their hands?
Oh yes. But I anxiously await your thoughts on the subject at hand, so to speak.
People who go through the motions of washing their hands, but don't actually wash. I mean with soap.
Or hot water.
Exactly. It's like they're just putting on a show for those of us who do. Hey. Look. See me, quote, end quote, washing my hands?
Oh, I know. But not only do they not get any soap, they refuse to wait a matter of seconds for the water to get hot.
Just stick their fingertips into cold water for, literally, no more than 2 seconds, if that, and dry them.
And they dare look at you during this horrific moment and ask how you're doing.
It's crazy. I don't want anyone's pubic funk on my hands, inadvertently or otherwise.
That's the gospel truth, darlin'. Speaking of horrific, don't you hate when the person beside you tries to engage you in conversation? During, you know. What? You do that?
Not always the engaging. Usually I think I'll just humor them. But then I find I'm having an actual conversation, The very same kind I would have by the water cooler. I have to admit that.
I don't love you anymore.
That's not funny.
I know. You don't talk on your cell phone, do you?
OMG. No. I told you I don't touch anything.
Except the paper towel dispensers.
Yeah. Except those. What about wall scratchings? You know. Phone numbers and dirty stuff.
And mind-boggling statements and pronouncements. Even declarations of love.
Huh?
I mean it. I love so-and-so. Yeah, sure. You love her so much you were inspired to write it here. Where the rest of us wonder who you are, why we should care, and why we are wondering.
One of those I saw was kind of scary.
Just one? Not all?
It said, "You're stupid." Not your, you, apostrophe, R-E. But your, Y-O-U-R. That's something a kid in kindergarten would say, but I can't imagine a kid taking out a house key or some such, and put to use the required patience to scratch the words, "You're stupid." Maybe I'm stupid for letting it annoy me for years. I wish I could find out who did that, so I could strangle her for a while.
That's far more interesting than, for a good time call so-and-so.
So, guys talk to you while you are taking care of business. You mean, of the standing up sort?
Yes, and then act like I'm being rude when I ignore them. It's like, do I really need to explain why I'm not interested in pursuing a conversation right now? I mean, here we are, two men standing only about a foot apart, both of us with our business in hand. The last thing I want to do right now is respond to a stranger who asks, "How you doing?" Well, if you must know, I was pretty good until now. Don't effing talk to me. Don't even look at me. Even if you were my best friend since grade school, I would expect that you respectfully ignore me. I don't know anyone, while I am in here. Calgon. Take me away.
Oh, that is so wrong,
said the girl who willingly speaks to fellow business takers.
Hey. I don't do that with strangers. Just friends, co-workers. You know. It does sound kind of weird, I suppose, the fact that we talk about all the same stuff that we do around the water cooler. Guess that means the environment doesn't really matter when we get talking.
So, a conversation that begins at the water cooler concludes where the river meets the sea?
Hell of an analogy. So, do you ever find blood on the seats?
Oh God, no. Walk with me, Lord. Are you kidding me? Blood? I mean, do you see this on some kind of regular basis? Actually, forget it. Don't know why I asked. You win. Ladies are worse.
You actually had me very close to retracting that statement. Well, you ready to order?
Yes, I'm starving.